for seeing her independent doing this on her own is a great joy to so many. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. Into this episode, let's dive into African lady who got married to Chinese husband based in China. In the first 6 weeks, of marriage, it's a kind of novice whereby the lady have to learn some certain things, some certain attitude, and even some certain characteristics. Yes, and mostly when she's in her 20th, the stage of maturity has not been too confirmed. But you can see here that our African lady, she has grown to a certain stage of her life whereby she is acting, and in fact she is now matured in thinking and even in doing things. You find out that she does things independently and she has taken the bull by the horn. When I mean she took the bull by the horn, she has decided she's now the real mother of the house, and that is what so many want to see, and that is what so many are expecting of most African lady or African women. Before we forge ahead, we want to say much thank you to our Chinese uncle for enrolling her in the Chinese class and being able to interact with her in the Chinese language. And even to not forget in this thanks for statement, to not forget to also remember a Chinese grandmama who persistently speaks with her with the Chinese language. You can see that African lady has grown to certain heights, and apart from the maturity in which we're seeing, she has been able to know and to understand the Chinese language so fluently. She can do this on her own. She go to the shop on her own to purchase things, and she even preparing special delicacy for the family. At this point in time, you can note that African lady is doing fervently well in speaking a Chinese language so well. In every stage in life, there is the ability for changes, and there's the ability to grow from one level to another. And mostly when you have a calm-headed soul who is ready and prepared to learn, and that is the case of her African lady. She's prepared to learn. She's humble soul. She's calm-headed, and you note that it was so easy for our Chinese uncle to introduce her even to the Chinese class for her to learn, and even for her to learn the Chinese meal so fervently. It was so easy during the kitchen process where if you check in our recent video where our Chinese grandmama was trying to teach us some of the Chinese recipes, she was able to adapt easily without no complication, and that made our Chinese grandmama so much happy and relaxed. Yes, she felt so much happy and relaxed and feels so much blessed that she has gotten a mother, she has gotten a daughter in which she can rely on. As you can see, your African lady is out there to get them some special delicacy. Yes, she went out for shopping for the family, though the family, if you check, they are not around, so she have to take charge of the home, do everything necessary, clean the home, wash all the utensils, arrange and fold the clothes, and then here she goes. She went to the market, she came back, and now she's about to do a great exploit by preparing special delicacy for the family. This is what we want to see, and this is what so many persons wants to see for her helping her Chinese grandmama, because she's of age, and even her Chinese grandpapa is of age too. When you go to a family whereby the mom is of age, the dad is of age, and there's no other person, it's just the man, your husband, what will you do? Will you just sit there and become so lousy, or become so lazy, or become start comparing and begin to imagine your former life, imagine the place where you come from, whereby there's a lot of people to help you to do all those things which you ought to do? What are those steps you're supposed to take? What are those mindsets you're supposed to accumulate? The heart of humbleness and also the heart of pity. And we're not, in fact, we're not including any emotional attachment to it. This is a responsibility here which you have to take in. You have to stand tall, to stand strong, and not to feel so much weary. Most times we allow emotions to, overwhelm those, and thereof we find ourselves, being so weak, unable to take or face challenges. But that is not the case of our African lady here. You can note that she has, stand so tall. She knows that this is what she's supposed to do. to help our Chinese grandmama and also our Chinese grandpapa to fix in the family, to help the old ones, to care for them, to care for the elderly. And she had that mind of humble and pity for our Chinese grandmama family. And here you see how she's joyfully doing it and preparing special delicacy for the family. I guess this time our Chinese grandmama will rest, and in fact she had to, and she needs to, enjoy the special delicacy of our wife. Beauty itself is vanity. Character itself is a gift, and also humbleness is another special gift that is being given to an humble soul from above. For someone will say, I have beauty, I'm beautiful, I'm tall, I'm this, I'm that, I have straight leg, I have curvy leg, I have this and that, and praising themselves whereby they cannot deliver positively to humanity. Well, if you're out there, you think you want to marry, I'm speaking now on behalf of, I think I'll greeting to the young ones who are preparing for marriage. I think if you're out there, you're preparing for marriage, you should be able to drain your mind and then keep beauty aside. Beauty will not help you because beauty fades. Let me tell you one secret, even the ugliest person can turn to beautiful in the next second. So let's just shift beauty aside. What you deliver matters a lot. So on greeting, you have to have the heart of helping others. You have to be a leader. Who is a leader? Yes, a leader is someone that is able to help others. Yes, when you stand tall, a leader is not someone, that to just sit tight, to just sit and then to expecting someone, to be taking care of them, to be helping them, and to be, doing all kind of choice, and you just sit there and you think you're a leader. It's time for us to have the spirit of humbleness, the spirit of humility, and also the spirit of caring to the less privileged and also to the elderly, and try as much as possible to help them. They're weak, they need our strength, to keep tall and to keep strong and to keep that faith in life, and that's hope that life will be, avenging and bringing to them. Future Core, we talk about, African lady being able to carry out those responsibilities. That is the actions and that is the attitude of which most African persons, they hear about, they have, and, most times, not all. If I would say yes, because I have someone like, how do you say, is compulsory, that is their, culture and tradition. But I'm telling you that is not all persons, not all Africans, that actually head, should I say home head or head home? Because some of the persons who just want to have their life, enjoyed, who don't want stress, who don't want to even work for others, talk more, to even clean the house or even to wash dirty dishes. It seems, so irritating for them. In fact, they want person to take in charge to be doing all those things for them. But I think that is not the case when you have a good African lady. Just you can see African lady taking responsibility and taking charge of the home. I have so much chatting, so much filled with joy for her to have gone to this particular level to take charge, and to be independent. Here, when we say independent, she's not being hated. The home is just being given to her. This is your home, madam. You just have to take care of it. You just have to prepare meal. You just have to be the woman in which we've married you to be, and you just have to, be responsible. I called it responsible, whereas some other person was so matured. Well, there's difference between being responsible and also being matured. Yes, responsible is taking actions for those things which are vital and very important for life, like in life, taking responsibility in the taking charge here is of everything. When I mean everything, I mean everything. Yes, why maturity comes in a other way, where you're supposed to exclaim, you just calm, you're just calm, watching, and where you're supposed to, act suffering, you're just seeing it in another dimension. Well, someone cannot be the other person, and the other person cannot be the other person. Everybody have their own unique characteristic, but for you to have a good unique characteristic, that is a kudos to you. And in fact, an upgrade. And you can note that African lady has learned the Chinese meal, and right now she's doing it in the Chinese way, not in the African way. Because so like, why was she being allowed to cook more of the African food over there in the Chinese environment? If you look at first, our food wasn't despised, the African meal wasn't despised, it was being appreciated and even welcomed. Yes, they love it, they hate it, they even thank her for preparing such. But she's been married to someone who actually love the Chinese meal, and that caused a lot for her to work so hard. And will not forget the assistance of her Chinese grandmama, helping and teaching her what to do, how to do it right. If it were to be someone that doesn't even want African lady to be in that home, she would just be watching her. She will not even teach her, she will not go as far as teaching her that food or that meal is her son loves so much. So you see the love in there. She calmed down, even though it was being stressed at her old age. She took all the strength to ensure that she's been taught, and now she's enjoying what she's done to African lady. That is the reward of showing goodness unto others, and also the reward of having a calm, sweet African lady as a wife. You see, Chinese grandmama's return back. Well, her special meal is ready. She was surprised to see all these, the table being set, everywhere being neat, the place being cleaned. In fact, she's the most happiest woman on earth. And guess what? This is what we want, and this is how it should be. And so much thanks to African lady for doing this for the family. We appreciate her so much, to have caused laughter and joy and even rest to our Chinese grandmama's family. Alright, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're enlightened onto this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed. And always remember, lovelies, stay cool for now. Bye for now.